I gotta do quickly. Hi everyone. Let's just put this up here. Perfect. I do just want to grab. Let me see 1 second. I feel so odd without music, so let's just take this in. Hi, beautiful Black Queen. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. I just want some music. I can't. Not right now. Not without. I hope everyone's doing really well. Here we go. Ambient. M-A-N-T. So we're going to do an energy reading. Hi, Shirley. I don't know how many people will be on here. I planned on being home a lot earlier and I got home kind of late, way later than I thought. I planned on being home at 11. I believe it is now 1:15 a.m. 1:15. Ooh, let me turn that down. Okay, there we go. Zen. So everyone, from what I'm hearing from some feedback, there's some big karmic energy going on. Now, for me personally, I can't say that's happening for sure because I don't really know exactly what is happening in regards to that in my life. But I'm getting the vibe from the people I spoke to. I've done some readings today and I've sent them out and I have 2 more to send out. Hello. Sorry, I'm just like looking on both screens here. I can't really see the writing on this one. Oh gosh, it's a terrible, where I just paused my other video. That's the thing about YouTube. You never know what face people are gonna pause you at. I just saw myself looking real interesting. Okay, there we go, off. So I hear there's some really big energies going on. And this is the thing, I've discussed a little bit with someone very special on YouTube as well. And what we were saying is that, there's an awakening now. This portal, this Lionsgate portal, hello, Nikki. Basically what it's done is brought a lot of stuff to the surface. So you can't really deny so much anymore. I forgot I'm wearing kind of a see-through top on top of a see-through top with a bra. Okay. For all you fashion people that want to be like, put some clothes on, because I get the comments. I see them. So there's an energy thing going on right now. So some of you may find your masculine has actually distanced themselves from you, or just disappeared, or whatever may be happening. And I have no doubt that there is some beautiful Black Queen again. I have no doubt that there is something extremely big going on here. Let me just make sure these cards are cleared, and I'm not going to use these. I'm really feeling these are not the cards. I have to use something different than what I've used today for everyone for their readings. I can't use the same cards. I can feel that. They gotta go. They gotta go. So give me a moment while I get some new decks out. Okay, we're gonna use this deck. We're gonna use this deck. I think we're gonna use this deck as well. This might end up being a twin flame story reading. We'll see what happens. Energy. We'll see whose energy I'm picking up on. But so for the readings, I'm running the special right now, which is actually over as of Friday. But let's just say you see this video and you want to book a reading and you book it by the end of this weekend. I will do it. $40. The beautiful thing about this reading, usually readings that go for about this long cost $60 with me. What the difference is that you don't get to ask questions. I'm telling you what all the different cards that I use say. And normally when I do a reading, I don't use a whole bunch of different decks. I have a reading for karma. I have a reading for love. I have a reading for just whatever shows up. But during this special I'm running right now, it's actually really great. And the readings are coming out great because you're getting a little bit of everything for way less than it would ever cost. So I do highly recommend it. So for those of you that are on here and haven't booked it, if you want to book it within the next 24 hours, by the end of this weekend, I will still do it. There is a lineup, and I'm telling you, it's taking a lot of energy to do these readings, and they go a lot longer than I expected because I'm not looking at the clock, but it's well worth it, and I'm happy to help. And I'm definitely getting messages out there that people need, and it's nice because finally, some of you get some clarification, and that's been the feedback, is that, this did help. This did help. Perfect. Okay. So someone has something to say, because we start off with the throat chakra, right? And I do feel like there's been some changes. Someone may be ready to open up. I mean, all I'm looking at right now is a blue circle. I'm not picking up anything yet. I need to look into more, because I don't even know who wants to open up or why or what's going on here. I'm almost tempted to pull from a totally different deck here. So as I said, and I'll say it again, I do believe that there is a huge, it's more than huge. It's like monumental moment happening for many people right now, where your masculines or whoever the runner is coming to an understanding about what they're running from, and about like how important this connection is, right? So the first card to come out to talk about this throat chakra is patience. So I just feel like someone has been waiting, buying their time, whatever it may be. Maybe it's on divine timing. For some of you, I pick up like you've been waiting for a very long time. Months, like 6 months, 7 months, less, 5 months, but you've been waiting for a very long time for this person to say what they have to say. So now we have this energy here, another 5 coming out from this deck. So we have 2 5s here. Wisdom, the sun, you know, this could be so many different energies, because I pick up the sun energy, I pick up the Fool energy, I pick up completion energy, I pick up the Hierophant energy, I pick up this person looking at their old self. Look at this man looking at his old self. Notice my lighting's a little better, right? I think I figured it out. Looking at his old self, looking at what he used to be in home with that family, and realizing that walking away, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Goddess Barbie. And realizing with the sun that it's not a bad thing to walk away. It's not like it's an ending of a cycle, literally. I really just get that vibe off of this card. So I'm going to pull from the other deck now and clarify that. There's huge change happening. And guys, like, just have patience. This is all you can do. If you don't have, like, do what you want to do, right? And I'm not saying don't message your masculine or whatever, but understand if he's like not responding or not coming to see you, just understand, right? Don't freak out. Don't lose it. Don't get mad. Just let it go. The Temple Path. So this person is about to walk on a new path. Look at this. Let's just take a look at these for a second. But look at that path, that winding road. You know, they've been on a path. They've been on a new journey. It's about to come to a completion, because we're actually viewing the ending of the path where the winding road concludes. And where it's concluding is a very special spot. Look at that temple. It's like a spiritual haven. It's a safe place. But I mentioned it's isolated. It's empty in the sense there's no one else there. There's a message here about self-fulfillment, like you got to fill yourself before more happens. That's the type of energy I'm picking up. It's like you've walked this path, you're learning your lessons, and you've got to that spot of fulfillment. You realize actually it's all within you. I visited a friend today with a friend earlier, and she hasn't saw me for about a year. And she just was like staring at me, and she's just like, Jen, you're happy, you're happy. And she knows me very well. And I'm like, yeah, I really am. Like, it really is that spot. But what I was trying to get to her that I couldn't spit out, and I think some of you get that, is that it's all because of me. It's not because I met someone, even though that person may have had something to do with it or whatever. It's all because of me. Like, I don't even know how to say that any clearer. I'm happy because I love myself and because I love my life. This card keeps on wanting to pop out. I'm not taking it, and I'm just going to mention it. Deception and envy. But it has, the person's taking his mask off. If it wants to fly out, it doesn't want to go away. This person is becoming, or someone, but I'm going to say it's a masculine energy, is becoming aware of how they were self-sabotaging, and especially traveling on the road for so long in a third-party situation was self-sabotaging. And they realized that. They realized they didn't want to face their truth. They did, but it's more than the truth. It's like their spiritual truth. They didn't want to face that they were denying themselves of the glory they knew they deserved. Very interesting. So tell us more. 3. Just taking the top one, and we have partnership and alliance. But what came out with this card, I'm going to mention it, is the sacrifice card. So it's almost clarifying that there will be a sacrifice, and there always is. Do you guys ever notice that? Take a note. Pay attention. When something comes in your life, do you ever notice this? Let's talk about this, because this is important. Do you ever notice, for some of you, when you don't hang around with certain friends, or when, you know, because there's people that get in and out of your life. And when the people go out of your life, you always end up maybe around your masculine, or you always end up maybe around something that's really good for you. And then that person comes back into your life and your masculine goes away. Do you ever notice that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where, like, you may have had a past boyfriend or a person that was in your life that you noticed whenever things were good with you and that person, there was someone else that wasn't in your life, whether it be a best friend, family member. There's that one person, for some reason, when they're not in your life, your masculine's in your life. And when your masculine's in your life, they're not in your life. So what I've learned personally, because I told you guys about this, I had an experience a few months ago over my false twin. And in order to get my false twin 100% out of my life, I actually had to sacrifice 2 very good friends. One of them I had had for over 10 years. But there is, and I'm just realizing it now, because I remember my whole life thinking of that. And in fact, one of the people I had to sacrifice, she had mentioned to me, how come, like, when I'm never around, things get good with you and your person? And I was like, that's so true. But so anyways, further down the line, there was some betrayals. I realized I had to get rid of this beautiful being. She's beautiful, but we're not on the same energy wave. And one other that was a really good friend of mine. And I literally stopped talking to them ever since that day. And the false twin left. And they left. But finally, the false twin left. Because up until that point, he would not leave. He kept on coming in and out. So what I'm saying is, I do truly believe, and I've come to this, that it seems like through the laws of the universe or the world, there's always some sort of sacrifice. Always. And here in this case, the fact that we have those cards come out, it's like this person had to make a sacrifice. It's sad, but it's beautiful at the same time. It's emotional, but it's clearing energy in order to get to this new partnership and alliance. And some of you might recognize that arm. Some of your man may have a arm tattoo like that, or you may have an arm tattoo like that. But this was what was needed for this person. It looks like his sacrifice was some sort of a family situation, a home. They don't have to be in the home with the person for it to be considered this home energy. Like, it can just be someone they considered, you know, like family, because they were with them for so long, or they built a strong foundation with this person, or a foundation of any sort with this person. Maybe this person was their good friend, as well as who knows what else, right? There's a sacrifice here that happened in order to get to a new partnership. And it's even a number 3, so it's like the 3 of Cups energy in both ways. Third party over, and also a partnership and alliance. And this is literally saying someone chose to walk through that gate. We have another 3. It's 30. But this is the garden and the gate. And this is about someone delaying, making decisions, wanting to fly the coop, but stalling, just like, let me just see if this can work. Let me just see this one more time. And the other thing that I'm picking up right now with this is that this is for some of the divine feminines that almost left, that almost went and walked through that gate and started a new path. Well, your person's coming in. So get ready. There's huge, huge, huge unions happening right now. And when I say huge, I mean a huge amount of unions. And this is the other thing, okay, guys? You're in contact with your masculine. Stop watching videos that say for separation. Because I got comments on my video yesterday when I said, I don't listen to these other readers, some of them, right? Because a lot of them are based on separation with your twin. But if you're in any sort of contact with your twin, how are you calling yourself separated? You're actually manifesting that. So when I say I don't watch those readings, and I don't watch karmic readings, because honestly, I don't have karmic drama. There may be karmic situations, but there's no drama. No one's trying to hurt anyone. No one's trying, like, there's none of that. So I don't watch those readings. And I think that also does a lot of keeping my mind out of the gutter, because I used to watch them. And it was me that was like, hold on a second, like, I'm not in separation. Just because we're not living together or in marriage, I'm not in separation. We talk all the time, like we see each other. So even if you just talk and don't see each other, don't focus on readings that have to do with separation. This is a time of manifestation. So you watching those readings, unless you're watching it for entertainment purposes and it's not triggering you at all, because of the fact that it's not about you. You're just watching it like a movie. We have another 3. We got 2 5s and then 2 3s. This is so awesome. And that was, I don't know why I called that one the 3 of Cups, but it had that energy. And then look at the 3 of Cups came out. That was the 3 of Wands, or 3 of Pentacles. But point being, I just want to put a note. Like, sometimes when I talk to you guys publicly, it's not that I'm contradicting myself or anything like that. I just have a lot of views and I have open mind. So my views are very open. So it's like, I believe in this, but I can see how this can lead to that or whatever. And I can see why or whatever. But when I say, you know, I watch those things, I'm not saying everything's perfect, but I'm saying I don't watch them. I just don't. I don't resonate with them. And that's why one reason I don't watch them. And if you do resonate with it, but you're not in isolation from your twin, just stop. Just stop. Because you don't know what someone's going to say or they're going to see in the cards, and it's going to trigger you. And you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's true. He didn't call me 2 days ago. Oh, my gosh, he was doing who knows what. And like, no, stop, relax. Okay, look at this. Woohoo! So we have rejoice and celebration. This is about reunion. This is about, thank God you didn't walk away. Thank God you didn't give up. What was that? What did they say? There was in our reading yesterday, there was a card and it said something about like all of your like beliefs or whatever are coming true. All the beliefs you didn't believe are coming true. You're going to be so happy you hung there, because there is going to be a reunion. And this is leading to the doorway to personal happiness and healing. Because you know what? That is what the unions are about. This is what it's all about. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, because I don't try to get off readers for free readings on YouTube. I don't know what that person said, but I wish I did. Oh, but sorry, because I don't try to get off at readers. I thank you for free readings on YouTube. You're welcome. And you know, it's great to get these readings on YouTube. Do remember, there's a difference when you get a personal reading, but if the reading resonates with you, take it. And you know if a reading resonates with you. That's why it's so easy for me to click, because I know, like, this is not for me. And especially if a reading is really like, it's a Capricorn or whatever, I'm like, perfect excuse to turn you off. Sorry, but that's what I say, because I'm not dealing with a Capricorn, so perfect excuse. This is not for me, since you're so sure it's a Capricorn. So we have Ignite Your Passion. Why is all this stuff falling out? This card just fell out, actually, here. As I got the Ignite Your... These 2 cards just... I don't know what they are, but let me see. And I see a lion underneath it. Fuck, lions shit is real. The sun signifies happiness, popularity. The lilies forecast happy life. Get this, family sorrow. There's no clouds nearby, but it's true. There is going to be a happy life. There is going to be a sadness that comes with it. There's always a sacrifice. Always. Passion ignited, huh? Fourth chakra, Archangel, heart chakra. Heart chakra. Passion ignited with the heart chakra. This for me is like a twin flame energy, but it's someone waiting for their twin flame and knowing they have that energy within them, that flame energy, that burning flame. So this is all about passion coming. One more. Let's see. Like one more set. Beautiful. This is a beautiful message. I knew there would be one. Third eye chakra and triumph. Well, 3 cards came out. Let's see what they are. Third eye chakra, triumph, and shadow. This is about someone who has faced their shadows. They have awoken. Their third eye is beaming. And I just feel that energy because when I look at this card, it's like, I had an awakening. Like, I know. Triumph. I know what I want. Just looking at the numbers here. What was that card I got? I got a card today. And it had to do with the last visit shadow type of thing. And it's like almost like that's what this person did. He made an alliance. We're going to do this. We're going to go for this. We're going to try this. What do we have to lose? Why not? So that's an interesting, their third eye has opened up. Clarification. They faced their shadow. Look at that. They did face their shadow. They've released themselves from being in this energy, being tied up. Not only were they tied up themselves, but because of the fact that they were tied up, I'm going to say unmeaningly, they didn't mean to, but they tied others up. There's a woman here. Everyone's getting released in this. Everyone. It's like take one, take all. Like you want to go through the Lion's Gate, you better make sure you cleared up your karma and untied everyone. Type of an energy. And then you're welcome to come here. Lion's Gate. Okay, I want to pull, first of all, what is the lessons here? Foolish lessons that had to be learned or whatever the energy may be from the Fool deck. The reclusive fool steps away from the world and seeks solitude. So I do feel like this person went within, but you know what this may be saying, because I already mentioned you because of the energies surrounding us right now with everything in the orbits. Your man or your woman may have taken some time away from you. They may not be answering your calls. They may, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but they're out there on their own, manifesting. Some of them are making wishes, thinking about everything that's happened in the past. The next card that came out is you are naturally beautiful. For some people, they have issues with self-esteem. I'm reading the book with these cards. I don't want to. I don't know if it says that or not. Some of them, they have to build their confidence. Some people, I don't know who it is. Right now, we have 2 number 3s here, okay? It's number 12 and 3, but 12 equals 3. And now we have number 23. Trust your intuition. The deceitful fool. Tricksters at the bottom. What this tells me is this person, you know, they got to move forward with trust. This is going to be a journey for them where they're going to be learning about not everyone's a trickster. Not everyone's out to harm you. Not everyone's out to fool you. And really with this first card, they're saying they got to learn that on their own. They got to learn that one on their own. Anything else? Stressful. Another 3 card. And there's a lion in here. Breathe. It's talking about breathing. But there's a lion in here. It's stressful going through the Lion's Gate. It's stressful being in this energy. It really is. It can be. And depending on how you deal with your stress, I mean, you can meditate. Most importantly, the best way to deal with stress is to do what feels right. As long as your mind's clear-minded, like, you know, sometimes what we think feels right is just, it's actually trickster energy. So make sure you got that right, that clear energy. Okay, I want to pull from a few tarot cards and just see what else. I'm going to leave the first one down here, the throat chakra, and feed off of that. Let's pull from here. I love this deck. Thank you so much, Sandra, for this deck. Absolutely beautiful. So what exactly is going to be spoken, or what is this throat chakra card trying to explain to us? Do I have my cards right? Yeah. Look at that. So as I already had clarified before, it has to do with the separation. This is the Judgment card. This can do with a divorce. Despair. It's not a happy situation, everyone, and we have to remember that. I do feel like eventually it will flip around, it will turn around. It's not, it's an end of a situation. That's what this person's going to be talking to you about. And it's not about them ending it with you. You don't have a marriage with them. You don't have a child with them. It's about them finally walking away. Can you see this card? Walking down that lonely path, because it feels lonely. You know, masculine's not leaving a situation and asking you to hold his hand. Keep that in mind. In fact, for some of the masculines, want you to have nothing to do with the separation of the other person, in the sense that they, if yes, I'm still holding that for this weekend if you want. For in the what I'm trying to say is that they want to do this on their own. And that's noble, that's honorable. They don't want to leave their partner and be like, I'm leaving you for the love of my life. They just want to say, I'm leaving you because things don't work out between us. And they want to do this and complete this task on their own. He's walking down that alley of sorrow and despair, and it is despair, and there will be steps to this. They don't just get to divorce or separate from a family foundation that they had tried to keep alive for many years and just be happy. It's just the way it is, just the facts. This is the next thing I would like to, you know, eventually learn about. Ace of Pentacles, I'll talk to you about that in a second, is about what the best way to deal with this for people who are about to be in union. Because I do deal with some women that are dealing with this, and it's not a pretty second journey, especially if a child is involved, especially if marriage is involved. It's like part 2, and it's not pretty and it's not easy, and there's a lot of trust that has to be rebuilt because these people are coming out of really toxic relationships. But it is possible. It is possible to have that beautiful beginning after. It is possible. This is the Ace of Pentacles, to have happiness and to rebuild. But in the meantime, this person has to do the separation on their own. I just wanted to clarify the Ace of Pentacles, and look what we got. The Hope card. But really, this is almost like a Sun card. This is almost like another Pentacle card, because I just have something to clarify with that. And what it's saying, you know, this gift will come after this despair and this heartache. It is heartache. This person, to leave this situation, this person might be coming forward to you, because I'm clarifying the throat chakra. They might be coming forward to you to tell you they need some space, to be honest. I'm leaving a situation. I need to do this on my own. I love you. I dream of you. You are everything I want, but I have to do this on my own. Type of an energy. And I will be back. Velour. Now, I read this card. I read the meaning of it. I need to look at it again real quickly. Because I remember I really loved it. Even though it was the 7 of Wands, I remember I loved O-U-R, the explanation for it. But even more important, let me just look in the book before I start. Velour meaning M-E. Because I just remember like reading it, and I was courage. Here we go. In the face of danger. Courage in the face of danger. Okay, so this is what it is. I'm not going to look it in the book right now. They're ready to, like, they're going to be coming back, you know, and this is about having courage. It is going to take courage. They're literally going to take this time when they go bury their head in the sand and get over this situation and get over their sadness and despair. And they're going to come back, and they're going to come back strong and courageous. And it's like, even if they didn't come back heavy, even the fact for them to get their faces out of the dirt, to get their minds out of that negative gutter, to get all of that organized is courageous. And I think it's also asking the feminines to have courage, stand strong. No. You know, do you know this? Do you believe that this is happening? Strength card. Do you believe that this is possible to happen anytime right now? Justice. Of course, balance has to be restored after balance is restored. No one, like I said, I keep on feeling this energy. No one just makes it through the Lion's Gate without clearing the karma, you know? And that's what this is about. Did you restore the balance in every way that you possibly could right now, the best you could? Did you go and double check what you had to double check and take care of what you had to take care of? You don't just get to run. That's the message. You don't just get to run. You got to face karma. You got to face justice. And not only this is a deeper message as well, because what this has to do with is like, did you come out, I don't want to say happy, because you don't have to come out happy, but did you come out lighthearted? Because what this justice card is about, even though they don't have the pictures here, like the actual depiction of the feather and the heart, it's like, is your heart a pile of stones now? Or is your heart light as a feather? Do you understand this was all a lesson? Are you holding grudges, or are you moving forward with peace? That's what that justice card is about. A little more on the justice card, please, because we have the two energies here. The star, you know? The star card. Beautiful, 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 oh, beautiful. Someone is finding their peace. Forgiving themselves. What is this? This is 1 second. I'm like picking up like, it's something to do with forgiveness. Oh, it's so weird. It is something to do. I see, it looks like we have, it's not an eagle. It's like a crane. I don't know the meanings of cranes. But this woman is looking in the water at her reflection. But to be honest, I don't feel like it's the masculine, and I don't feel like it's the feminine. I feel like it's either a mother or someone making peace with themselves. It could be the karmic, because I'm clarifying the justice card. I really feel like it's a mother. I don't know why. So it could be a mother of you know, the baby mom. It could be a mother. It could be Mother Earth. It could be Mother Universe. Like, change. Someone, some sort of an energy. Now, what is it? What would this energy be? Goddess of the moon. They're here to support this justice, because the burdens are over. Justice again at the bottom. 10 of Wands in reverse here. Hanging on to this shit is over. Justice is going to be served. The change, we got the change card here, 6 of Swords, and it says change on it. What is this? Came in reverse. The World card. Change is happening. It's like if there wasn't any change. This is interesting. I need to think about this one for a second because it means something. It's like it has to do with this isn't over. But what it means that it isn't over is like one part of it's over. But it's almost like a new chance to redo this. To go about this in a different way with the change. King of Pentacles and Justice. Tower at the bottom. It's about... So there's some sort of, you know, obviously we know there's an end. What this has to do with is about treating this ending with respect, dignity, not being sneaky about it. This change is inevitable. It's also about the masculine honoring the mistakes he made. Honoring what he's, like, you know, it's everyone has to face the mistakes they've made. This change was so inevitable to happen. Look at this card. It's the Six of Swords. But look at this. So Six of Swords can be a dark energy, right? But see how in the middle, in the center, there's a sun coming through. All change is about a positive ending, really. But see the change, the sun, it's burning swords down. It's literally, like they're disintegrating. This change was meant to happen. And it also has to do with a change in the approach as to how they're going to deal with this foundation breaking down. This is part of the test. Like I said, is your heart heavy? Because if your masculine's heart's heavy during divorce, have fun. Have fun. I just feel it. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. But if they can be free and just be like, I'm letting this go. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. This is the way it was meant to be. The process is going to be a lot smoother. A lot smoother. They can't leave in anger. They can't leave in anger. Something about that. They have to leave in peace. It really comes down to that. If the other person wants to be angry, fine. It's none of their business. Look, we have 3 kings here right now. And then a pentacle. We have the Pentacle King. They have to leave in peace is the message here. We have King of Wands following his heart. His actions have to be led by his heart. Have to be led by knowing this is a gift. This is a blessing. When they walk away, that's what they have to do. They have to leave like a king. A good king. Not one of those ones on TV. A king that cares about everyone involved and wants this to be the cleanest cut ever. Let's see this. We have the 8 of Wands and the Page of Cups. It's really interesting because I saw these two flip out like from different spots, but I saw this combination earlier. Only then can he come in. So what it tells the, I want to know about the Page of Cups a little more. I get what I'm picking up there because we're going from King of Kings energy to this Page of Cups coming in, Knight of Wands coming in. It's like a fresh start. It is literally like a fresh start, but he's experienced. It's like a fresh start. He's gone through good and bad. He is a giver. This person is a giver. This person takes care of people. He's still going to have people to take care of. It's a fresh start. But when I say it's a fresh start, because I'm saying like, as much as he's a king, now he's leaving his kingdom. And he's coming to rebuild. And it may feel a little bit lackful. It may feel a little bit scary with the 6 of Pentacles here. But he can do it, you know. And for some of them, they hang on to this thought of love. Now let's see what this is about. The 9 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, or Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is about a rebirth. Look at, we have this Queen of Swords energy. So this is the Four of Swords, something that was once dead or buried or put away or put to sleep. We have this energy, it was never let go. There was always hanging on to this love. And now, even though the Queen of Swords can be a scary energy or whatever, I'm not picking that. I'm just picking up something that someone thought, thank you so much for those hearts. Someone thought this was dead. You know, she's sitting on a coffin. And now here she is, standing strong in her power as a queen. Even if it's a Queen of Swords, she's still a queen. Her truth. She's gotten up. She's taken her crown. At the bottom of this deck, we have the Ace of Cups, the Chariot, and the Empress. And underneath that, we have unity. Absolutely beautiful. Two become one. Reunion. It's love, it's growth, it's new beginning, it's fertility, it's blessed. There's something about, for the feminines, whatever, maybe it's that you drive the masculine. There's some sort of connection here. I'm just trying, let me see what this is. It's either like whatever drives the masculine to do what he does, the positive, it's something to do with either recognizing the strength in his feminine or recognizing something that reminds him of what motivates him. So I don't know if you recognize him of his children, his mother, like his favorite teacher or his favorite best friend that passed away or something like that. But there's something within the soul and what drives the masculine that you embody. That's the best way to put it. Feminines. Very special to him. Oh, sorry. Why isn't my phone working? 1 second. Let me just make sure this is good. My battery's dying or something like that, but it shouldn't be. Let's see. Hopefully that works. We'll see. If it goes out, it goes out. Happy you guys were on here. So there is something here, and you know, it's something that touches his heart. Because this Chariot's running right into that Ace of Cups, and the last card is Unity. There's something different about you as well. It's like some of the masculines are a bit empty, and not in a bad way. They're just finding themselves, and they found themselves in a different way. They've made peace with themselves, but the next level is like extreme love, being in love with yourself. And there's something about the feminine as well. Like you found that love with yourself, by the way. I wonder what it is that drives him. There's something here, like you remind him of something or someone, or like a childhood memory, or something about your character. They may never even have told you that. Yeah, you definitely do. Like I'm seeing this images here that are making me think of that. It has to do with the hair, by the way. It's the color of the hair. Now we have the Queen of Swords. Again, something about you coming from a dark spot. Because remember the last Queen of Swords we had right here. She's coming from a dark energy, right? Because she's sitting on a coffin. She raised herself from the dead, but now she finally raised herself from that. From that dark energy that she already had raised herself from. And I don't know. I see nothing mean about this queen. I absolutely love her. I want to see if I have the book here right now, because I will read on what they describe the Queen of Swords as. Because we all have our own Queen of Swords description, and she can sometimes come across quite serious. Let's just see if I have that book, because no. Oh, damn it. I would have really liked to see what the book said about her. One more look. Look at all these little books. Tarot card makers, please make a big book. It's so much easier to see. Yeah, no, I don't see the Queen of Swords description here to find for you guys. I really am curious as to what it would be. Just because the descriptions in this book are quite unique. But yeah, no guys, sorry. I guess, oh, what's this? Nope. I guess it's not meant to be. And then you know what happens? As soon as I get off, it's like right in front of me or on my desk over there. But there's just something about this Empress and this Queen of Swords. You've been reasonable this whole time, and now you're like focused. And that is something that you have to know. You have to know exactly what you want. And this Queen of Swords definitely has decided exactly what she wants. This could be the reason that, you know, this masculine energy is rushing in. Because think about it, if you decide exactly what you want and you start putting out that energy, look at what's at the bottom: loss, regret. You don't step up, Mr. Masculine, you're going to feel this. And it's almost like you're probably putting that energy out just a little bit. And you don't have to put that energy out. By focusing on what you actually want and going for what you actually want, you wouldn't put up with the... It's not that you wouldn't put up with it, you just wouldn't be around. Like, you wouldn't have that, like, oh, okay, walk all over me, do whatever you want. No, you're like, I know what I want. I've gone through a lot with you. And if you don't want to step up and do the change, well, it's time for moving on. And it's not about moving on in the sense, like, I'm going to find someone new. It's about, I'm just not going to sit around here and wait for you to come and realize this connection we have. That's what it's about. But because of the fact that this queen said, it's like, win it or lose it. Take it or leave it. Here I am. You want me or you want to be alone? Or you want to be in that relationship where it just feels like a complete loss. Here I am. So that's what's happening there. Now I'm going to pull from one other deck. That's really amazing, actually. I love that reading. This is a nice reading. I really just want a little bit of advice for us. Let me make sure I have the book here. Yep. Okay, let's see what these cards are going to tell us. Unplug from mass consciousness. I'm only taking the top one here. So I do think for some people this weekend, masculine has probably, I want to say ghosted, but he didn't ghost. It's not ghosting. He's going within, because he doesn't talk to, you know, whoever this is, you know, whoever. Because he didn't talk to you today or this weekend, I don't think it's about you at all. I think it's about this new journey he's going on, and he's really, really thinking of it. You see those steps? He knows he's about to go take some steps somewhere else. Unplug from consciousness. There is a belief system based on fear, doubt, and destruction that is known as mass consciousness. Unplug from mass consciousness. Sorry if I didn't say that whole thing. It says it is safer to stay within the crowd, not to question what you have been taught. It says you cannot trust the divine to take care of your financial well-being or your emotional needs. It says you should be afraid and not take risks. It says that if you dare to stand up and live your truth, you'll lose, you'll be lost and alone, humiliated, rejected, or even destroyed. Are you guys hearing this? Please let me know. You are being guided to unplug from the system of beliefs. You are capable of a more creative, loving, and soul-satisfying way of living. To access this, let go of the way that is too small for your soul. Think outside the square box. You are brave enough. Sometimes breaking from the accepted norm, doing things differently, or being considered weird to family, colleagues, and friends is a sign that you are breaking away from the consciousness of the masses, which is not compatible with your higher frequency consciousness. Hear that? You were born to bring a new vibration of awareness to this planet. You will find those who can benefit even love you for your differences, and those who are challenged or fearful of you for it. Either way, you can love and approve of yourself, nourish relationships that support you, and have compassionate detachment from those that do not. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Compassionate detachment. Perfect description. This person knows it's time to detach. They're going to do it, but they want to do it alone. They want to be compassionate. You know, it's a lot nicer to say, I want to walk away on my own, not I have someone else there. That sounds way nicer, and it's a lot less triggering. So let your masculine leave like that. He doesn't have to announce he's met the love of his life. He doesn't have to tell anyone. You guys can be actually a bit underground for a bit, you know, and it's best that way. Let him do what he has to do on his own without saying, I'm leaving you for, imagine he tells his karmic, I'm leaving you for the love of my life. We see what these karmics are about. That is not going to fly. He literally has to say, I just have to go. This isn't working. Look at what we're going through, and leave. And it's going to take some time to fully get over that. But that's what I think is the best situation here for these masculines. Trust in the plan is the one underneath at the bottom. Trust in the plan. The last sentence here. You can change. Oh no, you can challenge any thought you don't want to have. Free yourself. You have the power to change your world and the world we live in as a result, one liberating thought at a time. That's pretty interesting that we got this card. And I had no idea what it was going to say. The fact that it talks about family, friends, colleagues, giving this person shit for standing up for what they want to do, it's exactly what's going on. This is the reason that many of them have stayed in these relationships this long, because it looks good on paper, or that's what they're used to, or they have a lot of common friends, and now how are they going to go to the events alone? How are they going to go to the events as separate beings? Easy. Go to the event. Go do your own thing. But who am I to say that? I'm a free spirit. I'm different. And, you know, a lot of these masculines are cluttered by the mass conscious thinking. So, and I was talking with Sylvia, and we were saying, like, the masculine's transition and transformation is a lot different than the divine feminines. A lot of us, like myself, I didn't have a husband. I didn't have kids. I didn't have all those responsibilities. And a lot of the other person, for whatever situation you're in, has a lot of responsibilities. Some of it is both of you. So those are a lot hard in a way, because this is what we were debating. Is it harder, or it's just different? Because the feminine, I know when I went through the dark night of the soul, like, I feel like I was literally, everything was ripped from me. It didn't matter who was around me. It had nothing to do with them. It was everything in my world coming down and starting from fresh ground zero. And it was so hard. But, you know, the masculines, they have others. I didn't have a long relationship to deal with. I didn't have kids to leave. I just had to teach myself, you know. I don't know what Todd is. I could imagine here. Let me just go on here, since I'm my own moderator. So guys, for those of you that don't know, I've had some losers like this shit before, where they like take over my page, or try to. And it was the funniest thing. And I used to get so upset about it, and now I don't give a damn. But yeah. And once I had like 50 people do it at once. You guys, many of you weren't here for it, because at that time I only had about 4,000 followers. It was the craziest shit. And they were saying some stupid stuff, like, someone sent them, and all these racist remarks. So ridiculous. So sorry, every once in a blue moon I get these people on here, and I mean, it's Saturday night. What else does many have to do? Anyhow, I hope everyone's doing well. Let's just see what's on here. Totally true. We were all in the same network industry. It's a web. And then there's children. See? Some people have a lot to deal with, way more than others. And I'm really fortunate. And I think many of us, I like the balance. For those of us that don't both have kids and all of this type of stuff, that is the demonic dark souls. The same with the camera problem, interference. I have no idea what you're talking about, though. They are saying Thoth, emerald tablets. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But yeah. So, I don't even know what I was saying. That's why I don't read those things up there sometimes. I don't know what I was saying. My friend gets me. Which friend? We all have a friend that gets us. Sup? Hi, L-Dog. I'm just trying to think what I was just talking about before I got distracted by the tot things. Bullshit. Yes, he's got a family. Okay, that's what we were saying. Okay. So I do think that many of us were awesome. Like we were lucky, I should say. Cyrus and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, why would I give a fuck? Stay off of my channel. Like, if you don't like what I'm talking about or you want me to pay attention to something you're talking about that I have no interest in, you fuck off. Like, you get off my channel. That's the thing. These people are so heavy with their stupidness sometimes. I'm sorry. So this is what I was saying, is that I feel very fortunate that I don't have a whole bunch of stuff to deal with when moving on. But other people do. A lot of people, it is kind of the yin and yang, and some of them are kind of both on the same energy where they both met new people, they both had new families, they both got married. And I just feel so fortunate. Like I think about it, thank you so much. I think about it all the time, how fortunate I am that I don't have all that baggage. I really don't. And some people might say like, oh, that means like you didn't live an amazing life. I don't know what they might say. But I did live a great life. And I feel like a lot of the reasons that, a lot of things I don't have, it's because I'm meant to have it with someone else. Like I'm meant to share those experiences with someone that's special. So I keep on keeping hope for it, right? And not hope, but like faith in it. Like I believe that. I truly believe it in my soul. Trust me, why would I have been single most of my life, like not had a child? It happened for a reason, because it wasn't my time. And my time will come, and it will be with the person. I'm just like, I don't say I'm just lucky like that, but I feel very fortunate that that's the path that the universe chose for me. And I'm really happy and grateful for that, to be honest with you all. Like, and I'm not saying anyone else's path is worse or better. Everyone's is different. And, I was saying this the other day, like a lot of people might say, oh, like you're really lucky to be in contact with your divine masculine or whatever. I went through so many years of my life being single. So you're really lucky. You got to experience family. You got to experience children. You got to experience marriage. Everyone's really lucky in their own way. And that's the truth. And like for anyone that's miserable and has the time to make disrespectful comments on YouTube, which is one of the most pathetic things, or on any platform to anyone that you don't know, it seeps out of your soul. It really does. I'm sure there was a time in my life, I never did that type of stuff, but I'm sure there was a time in my life when I would have made some stupid comments to people because I had nothing better to do with my life. And, I didn't, to be honest, because YouTube wasn't a big thing for me back in the days. YouTube, I just got into literally before I started posting. Maybe for about a year beforehand, I watched YouTube nonstop because I was going through a lot of shit. And then I literally, for some of you, you don't know the story, how I got started. I was literally getting the messages, you're going to start January 1st. You're going to start January 1st, 2018. And January 1st came, but I was like so into making moon water. I used to make moon water because I lived in the middle of nowhere and we had a lot of moon energy there. So on the full moons, I would always make moon water. And on January 1st, 2018, it was the full moon. And no, I'm going to make moon water tonight. But the next day, like I woke up, I used to wake up and get messages right away. It's today. And so the next day I came on January 2nd. I don't know how old I am and I never really look into it. But I already, for some reason, I'm sorry to say this, I don't know, like I get vibes off of people. And right now, it's like fuck off to almost many people right now if you're gonna ask me stupid questions or anything like that. I'm sorry, but I'm just like, I don't trust. There's so, like when it gets rough like that, I don't trust many people on here. So sorry for all of you that have to witness me swearing like that, but I don't know who you are, Robin. I don't know who you are, Shannon. Don't ask me any questions. You're new to my channel. Fuck off. Sorry. You might be absolutely great souls. I don't know. Yeah, it's because it's late at night, right? And this happens late at night, Sunday mornings, or some of them there's actually a group of people, they're called trolls, because I know because YouTubers have contacted me because I didn't know what I was getting into, and it was hurtful in the beginning, and now I just don't give a fuck. Thank God. I love it. But they're called trolls, and they actually have a community where they plan attacks. I got an attack before. There was 50 people. It was fucked. It was so crazy. And everyone was just like, get off, get off. And I just went off and I went back on the next day. But that was my first experience. But they actually do that. It's kind of cool, to be honest with you. It's kind of like, I never expected people to care about me, to make such rude, dark comments, or to ambush me. And I remember I was in school at the time. I was with a spiritual coach who changed my life. And he does like a lot of his work online, so we didn't even have to always meet. He changed my life and my success and the way I manifest, and I would recommend him to everyone. His name is David Biz. But he told me, I remember because I saw him and things were going so well, and then that happened, and he's like, Jen, this is what was meant to happen. Don't worry. Trust everything. Trust the process. But yeah, it's like really interesting seeing this shit still happening here. But you know, and I can't expect my moderators to do everything because they're not always on here, and I'm on here on some crazy hours, right? So spiritual warfare. So that's what someone said to me. It's literally like there's a spiritual warfare. How do you get in contact? Hi, Sandra. Oh, so thank you, Sandra. Literally my email is atouchoftarot@gmail.com. They're coming like crazy, right? I'm gonna get off here soon. Oh gosh, this one's shitty. Like, who says this? And like, who says this stuff? But I announced to YouTube that they're child abusers. That's what I always put them under. So then they get under investigation, and I don't give a fuck. Let them get under investigation. Like, it's just the easiest way to click. It's just child abuse. I sent you a message. Beautiful. Thank you so much because you're keeping me busy. I love it. And I am extending that until like the end of the weekend. But the reason I'm not extending it further is just because I want to catch up on, I'm doing like at the most 6 a day, and it's draining. Like today I did 4. But it can be a bit draining because the messages are so much longer than I expected them to be. And I'll look up at the clock and I'm like, whoa, the message is just beginning. I'm like, oh, it's okay though. I said I wanted to do that, and it has helped many people, so it's okay. I'm just, yeah, immature souls. So good, I know. So, I think that that's about it, really. I'll come on here and do this. I really appreciate everything. Deck when is shuffling the cards and they just stick together. So, when I get a new deck, this is how I do my deck. First of all, I go through every single card. If it's not a deck like this, where it's very like, this is very plain and simple. I don't need to read the book for this. And the book for this deck is so freaking big. I can't believe it. Like, these cards are way simple for that size of a book. So I go through every card. And so what I do when I go through every card is I put them in separate piles. So I have like a pile of 4. And every card, even if you just look at it, you don't have to read every card, but even to look at every card and get familiar, and I put it in separate piles. So right away, it's already separated somewhat, and then you have to like bend it a little, because that's what sticks them together. You have to separate them, bend it and stretch it and shuffle it like crazy, and that's how your deck will be absolutely fine after. But you want to separate them because new decks will stick together. And that's not a proper reading. Like, you get number 1 and 2 and 3. Well, that's because they're stuck together, not because that's the message you're supposed to get. So it's really important. And then after every reading, I do that same thing where I separate it. Even if I'm not doing a reading right after, I separate it. And then usually when you get a reading with me, a lot of times I'll begin the reading as I pick up energy, and I'll begin the reading while I'm separating the cards still, and I'm talking. Because I separate it again, you know? And then even if you do a live reading with me, usually in the beginning, I'll be talking to you and separating to pick up the energy. Say single, maybe. I should have stayed single. Maybe my twin would have mirrored that. That's what they say, yeah. But remember, um, even though they mirror you, sometimes there's lessons they have to learn. So they can't just mirror that at that time. Um, but honestly, if you have a twin and you want to be with your twin, everyone's situation's different. Get advice on it. Get a reading, or get a reading. Don't go to a fucking regular dude that's gonna tell you the mass conscious way of dealing with shit. But get a reading, because sometimes you should reach out and sometimes you shouldn't. It really depends on your situation. And really, get a reading, because, or whoever you're going to get advice from, make sure they kind of get to know your situation a little bit, just a little bit. If you're really should I do this or should I do that? Well, speak to them. Oh gosh, thanks whoever's blocking. I don't even know what you're blocking. See all this blockage going on. I'm so sorry. Child abuse is what I put them under. Another one. Fucking crazy. Try not to judge. The best way to not judge is to realize it's not your responsibility. It's not your you can't control what someone else does. That's the best way to judge. And to realize you shouldn't even try. Why can't everyone live the life they want to live? And let's just see what choices are. And if that's the choice they make, well, that's the choice they made. If you don't agree with it, who are you? Is your way of being better? You know what I mean? Keep those type of thoughts in your head, and it will help you not judge. Because no one's better than anyone. People do things that maybe we consider a mistake because we wouldn't do that. But that was their choice. If they're meant to learn from it, they'll learn from it. If that's just the way they want to do it, then fine. Let them do it. And do you love them or not? I look at everyone as a child. That's how it helps me. We're all just grown-up children. And really, we just want to do what we want to do. And that is absolutely fine, to do whatever you want to do, because we're only on this planet for a short time. No matter if it's 100 years, it's fucking short. And, you only have that vibrant health that you can do everything you want for a certain amount of time. When you're really old, a lot of us can't or won't be able to do some of the things we can do now. So take advantage of it. And if you want to go and do whatever the fuck you want to do it. If it's going to feel good for you and you really know that, and it's going to make you feel good. And if afterwards, if you kind of regret it, well, you chose it and you stuck with it. So look at the positive. You experienced it. Don't let it go too far, and don't continue it if it doesn't feel right. But experience it. I've had so many experiences. Sure, if I could no, I'd still do them. I can't say I wouldn't do them. I could say that they're not the best choices I made at the time, but thank God I experienced it. So I have no curiosity about it anymore for many situations. And yeah, so that's how I look at that, and I have to have that compassion for everyone. Everyone deserves to at least try things out. If they're going to continue big mistakes over and over again, I don't have to be a part of it. I'll just walk away, which is, what most of us do. But let them try, let them do what they want to do until it starts affecting you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I hope I didn't just start talking like that, because I do that sometimes where I don't know. It's not that it's triggered, but when people and I don't be like that. I don't want to have a potty mouth, but I realize it's just me. And the funny thing is, I met with my friend today, and I've known her for 20 years, and she just like me, and I didn't say it to her, but I'm like, yes, I'm okay. I can do it. It comes natural for some reason. I swear, and I don't necessarily want to be a swearer. I don't. If I could choose, I would have other words. But, and I can have other words if I want to choose that, and I want to take the time to be zip. The one word I want to eliminate is like. And I've actually done research on how to not say like so much. And there is a lot of articles on it. It's about replacing the word. Was one of the words you could replace it with. You just have to find little words. But it was, what other ones were there? For example, instead of saying like, or there was a few different examples. And I tried to, that's true. You're absolutely right. They're using their minds. And I tried to do it, and I did it a bit. I eliminated the word like, and now it came back. That was years ago. So I'm going to try and get rid of that word, but I'm not going to try and get rid of my cuss words as much as I want to. Right now, it's not the time. But there will be a time, for example, when I have children, I don't want to be cussing all the time because I want them to learn to express themselves more, not educatedly. I don't call it education, just with a wider variety of vocabulary. And, you know, it sounds really good when you use a different word than fuck. It does. And it's great because you can actually get a better message across by using a more descriptive word, you know? And I would love to be there, but I don't beat myself up over being myself. I don't beat myself up over things like I talk a lot. I do talk a lot, and I've had to just own it and realize like that's what I do. Try to make a difference with what comes out of my mouth. I do swear a lot, and I've just had to own it, you know? But I recently, my candle top burned black. Yeah, it happens. I think I want to stop now. What do you want to stop? You want to stop swearing, right? I'm getting there too, if that's what you're talking about. I'm getting to that spot because also for many of us, our divine masculine triggered, or our divine feminines triggered something in us that wants us to be better, calmer, smarter, just like on a higher level. And, you know, honestly, I do believe that vocabulary is a part of that. When I met my masculine, someone mentioned it. When I first started the channel, my vocabulary was not like this. It was a lot worse. Everything, not just the swearing, I just, pronunciation, whatever it may be. And over the last 2 years, I have, you know, Mercury retrograde really messes me up. But no, it wasn't Mercury retrograde. It was just me in the beginning when I started this channel, and nervousness and confidence, never being, you know, I was never someone to be on the camera. And I wasn't on the camera for the first year, never, just my hands. So, but I have noticed the difference. I have noticed I'm growing. It's something that happened like literally as soon as I met my masculine, a lot of things started changing. Nothing to do with him changing anything or even mentioning, noticing. He didn't know, but I saw it. I knew what was going on. I'm like, holy fuck, like I'm listening to Einstein and reading all these things, like, you know, and it was really because I wanted to be better for my masculine, and he's very educated, and it's not like about being educated, but he knows how to get his message across in a way that he can make people understand and see, because he's a fair person. So it's a beautiful quality, and I want to mirror that. So I guess that's part of the transition. I do still swear around him because I'm a swearer, but I am working on it, and I am conscious of it, and I am aware of what my overall goal is. And don't fight it, just work with it is what you got to do. So you're a spider. Well, what is a spider? Nobody knows my twin flame journey. They'll say I'm crazy. Yeah, don't tell anyone. I don't know what the spider thing is, but I saw this sign today, and it was looking at things with a different point of view. And it was a sun, and they said it was a spider that let themselves go. It was so cute. There was a few other examples too, but it was just a sun, and they're like, this is a spider that let itself go. There was a bat, like the bat wings, and they said it was a bum. There was a few little things. It was a cute, I'm going to take a picture of it. And it is about changing your perspective. In case we'll come into union someday. Also, I'm keeping it that way. Good. You know what I love? The fact that she actually accepts the journey. It's a beautiful feeling to feel that you'll never be alone. I don't know who you're talking about, Edwin, right? And it's true. It's true. Like, if you're happy with yourself, you'll never be alone. But one thing I got to take a note about or mention is that not everyone ends up with their twin. Some people actually say no because they're like, I'm not going to leave. And I talk to these people. They're like, I'm not going to leave my family. Some of the feminine actually have amazing husbands. I speak to them all the time. Amazing family, amazing situation, but they know who their twin is and they know who their love is, and they're not going to leave their husband or their wife. Some of them actually, there's no reason to. That's literally what they say. They say, like, I could leave, but then I have to, like, he's with someone. Are we going to get together? Is he ready for it? Because he's a runner, like, they're in these situations. And they're just like, why leave? And I understand. And I agree with them. You have everything you want. You're actually happy at home. You actually have a man who you love and who loves you. It's just that your heart, the depths of your soul, is in love with this other being over there, far away. And, they say, like, I'm not going to do it. I just want to know what he's up to. I want to know what he's feeling. And Robin, you're off of here, remember, dummy? I'm sorry, I don't like this Robin chick, whoever she is. But I've reported you as a child abuser, Robin. So point being is that these people, like, some of them are like, no, I'm just not going to do it. Hi. Thank you. Hi, you're from Korea, or you're Korean. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, Robin, I'm going to do the next karmic video on you. Oh boy, Rolling Robin. Oh my God. Is that what you said, Rolling Robin? Oh, Rolfie Robin. I don't know, but I like Rolling Robin, like rolling around town. But yeah, it's actually really sad. It really is when I speak to people that are like, I know who my twin is, but I have a husband who treats me like a gem. Everything I want. I have children. I have a happy home. We are in love. It's really sad. It really is, unfortunately. But I understand. I wouldn't leave either. If I had I'm someone to stick to what I do. And if I was happy, no one's getting me. It's just the truth. If I'm happy, I'm not going to leave it to take, I wouldn't, I understand, If I wasn't happy, bam, I'm gone. But if I actually, because you can have someone that's not your twin, but is like still someone you're madly in love with, still someone that you want to spend your life with. It's great and it feels good. If it feels good and if it's true and if that energy is there and that attraction is there, why leave? Why leave to go and take this chance? This fucking stuff is crazy, being on this twin flame shit. But if you have a shitty relationship and someone's not treating you good and you're not happy, why not leave? Why not take a chance? Even if you have a roof over your head, so what? Why not take a chance? Thank you very much. And you know what happens with some of them? Because I've read for so many people now over the last 2 years. Amazing. One particular that I'm thinking of, I wonder what happened. I think she filed for divorce. But the man, I'm not going to leave you. You're not going to go. And he knew they're not happy. He knew, like, she wants to go. And he's like, I'm not going to sign the divorce. I'm not going to do it. So I don't remember exactly what played out because of the fact, like, at that time, it wasn't going to happen. But she knew she was meant to leave. But somehow, everything worked out and she got the divorce. I don't know if she's on here. I forget her name right now. But I've spoken with her a few times now. And she ended up getting the divorce. I forget what happened. But it was like, it just happened. It was meant to happen. And they had been together, I think it was 30 years. Something crazy. She'll know who it is. Like, I have a few 30-year relationships I talk with, but she'll know. I don't remember the whole scenario because it's been a few months since I spoke to her, but she ended up getting the divorce. And I don't think she ended up with her twin flame just yet, though she knew who he was. I don't think she made, like, that wasn't the reason for the divorce, which is a big point. If you're in a shitty relationship, you're supposed to leave. This is part of learning the lesson and getting the new thing to come in. But you're not supposed to leave because of someone else. You're supposed to leave because it's in your heart. And that's kind of what I was speaking of here when I said the masculines or whoever's leaving has to leave with compassion, like it came up. They don't want to leave and say, I'm leaving you for someone else. And it's true. That's the friggin' worst thing. That's the worst. Like, you're leaving me for someone else. Well, have fun. Like, you're going to have the same shit with them. Leave because it's in your heart. And know, you know? I'm sorry if someone did that to you. Made me black magic. He cheated. I think you're okay, King. But it was hidden, but okay. But yeah, we're really on high alert here, King. Sorry, the King. We've had some people on here talking so much shit. So my moderators are on high alert, and I just respect what they take off. You know, it's fine. But that's it, guys. I'm going to go. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of this. This is nice. By the way, I had taken off work tonight because everyone knows I work Saturday nights. My 1 day a week I work, and I had taken it off tonight. I expected to be here earlier, and I was going to even like see if anyone needed to do an emergency reading type of thing, like same day, because I had the time, and I was going to do recorded readings, and then I end up on here, and you know, it's okay. I have all Sunday. My other camera froze. But yeah. Okay, everyone. So I'm going to go. Good night. Thank you so much, everyone. I feel like everyone's going to start saying good night, and it's like good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, everyone. Okay, bye. Hi, Water Glipperston Grimes. I'm going to leave this up if you want to watch it again. Thank you for new subscribers. You are awesome. I love to hear feedback. Bye, Elizabeth. I'm holding that special till tomorrow, that $40 special. And the only reason I'm stopping it is because I need to catch up now and do the readings because there's a lot still. I'm pretty like, right now on my one list, I have 4 left, and I haven't even done the other list yet because I'm just doing one list at a time. But thank you so much, and I really appreciate everything. Bye, everyone.